"1988 had pop bands with huge songs, but most people forgot their names. Some of these groups hit the charts, some made classic songs, and still, history moved on like they never happened. Setting the scene picture, bright neon lights, big hair, and radio songs you couldn't escape. That year, these bands were right there, but they didn't get the long career they deserved. Setting the stakes, and if we don't talk about them, we lose some of the best pop music of the 80s, songs that still sound good today. Counting down 10 forgotten pop bands of 1988 who deserve more, and by the end, you'll have new favorites to add to your playlist. I remember hearing this one in the late 80s and thinking, wait, why does this sound like a hit already? It's shiny, sweet, and a little bit dreamy, like driving at night with the windows up, city lights sliding across the glass. Here's the real deal. Times 2 were an American duo who debuted in 1988, and they weren't just singers. They wrote most of their own stuff and even produced or co-produced it themselves. Their big moment was Strange But True, which climbed into the US Hot 100 Top 40, peaking at number 21. They even got picked to open for Debbie Gibson on tour, which tells you the industry saw potential. Fun fact, their album was literally called X2, like they were saying, we're two, but we're twice the energy. And that album even made the Billboard 200 chart. So why don't more people talk about them now? Because 1988, 1989 pop moved fast. If you didn't get a second monster hit right away, radio and TV could slide to the next thing. 'Cause I know if this turns into love, strange but true. Times 2 had the talent, but the wave didn't carry them long enough. Real heads, keep this one like a secret key. And the next one, bigger chorus, bigger feelings, and a song that still sounds like the ending of a movie.
Hey, Pop Lore family. Did you know only 1% of viewers are subscribed? If you love deep dives into pop legends, forgotten gems, and the stories behind the songs that shaped generations, hit that subscribe button right now. And don't forget to turn on LL notifications so you'll be the first to know when we premiere our next video. It's free, it helps Pop Lore grow, and it makes sure you never miss a single countdown or music story. Let's build this community together.
This song feels like hope, like you're standing outside looking up and you actually believe something good is about to happen. The beat is bright, the hook is huge, and it hits you right in the chest, soft but strong. Boy Meets Girl were a pop duo, and in June 1988, they released Waiting for a Star to Fall on RCA, produced by the legendary Arif Mardin. The song went top 5 in the US, and it also hit big in other places too. It's basically a perfect pop record. Simple story, big chorus, clean production. What's it about? It's that feeling of wishing for love or wishing for a sign that things will turn out okay. Not complicated, just real. Fun fact, they wrote it after seeing a falling star at a Whitney Houston concert. They even tried to give it to bigger artists first, but in the end, they recorded it themselves, and that's how history got made. So why is it underrated today? Because people remember the song, but forget the name. It became one of those, oh wow, I love this track moments, without the band getting remembered the same way. This is Crate Digger Gold. Keep listening, because the next one had club heat, street style, and a sound that owned the dance floor. If you were around then, you know this vibe. Saturday night energy, shiny outfits, and that feeling that anything could happen before the night ends. This one feels like a dance floor that won't cool down. Sweet Sensation were a New York trio, and in 1988 they dropped their debut album Take It While It's Hot on Atco Atlantic, recorded at Unique Recording Studios in NYC. The album pumped out multiple singles, but Never Let You Go was the one that really popped #1 on the US dance chart, and it even crossed into the Billboard Hot 100. Lyrically, it's simple. Don't leave, don't let this love slip away. It's not trying to be deep, it's trying to be honest and catchy. Fun fact, early copies of the album had a different group member on the cover than later copies because the lineup changed, but the vocals stayed the same. That's how fast things moved back then. So, why did they fade from the big pop conversation? Freestyle and dance pop were competing with everything in 1988. Rock, R&B, New Jack Swing, and giant MTV acts. If your label didn't keep pushing hard, your moment could vanish. Real heads keep this one like a secret key. And the next tune, same era, but it hits like pure neon heartbreak.
You know what to do. Always be.
This one is special. It feels like standing in the rain, trying to act tough, but your heart is loud. The drums push forward, the synths glow, and the chorus, that chorus is the kind people sing like it's their own memory.
Sometimes if I shout.
When In Rome released The Promise, first in the UK in 1987, then it got its big US release in 1988 on Virgin. It was produced by Michael Brower and Ben Rogan, and it climbed all the way to Dial 11 on the Billboard Hot 100. It even hit #1 on the US Dance Club chart, which tells you clubs and radio both loved it. The lyrics are basically a plea. Please don't leave, stay with me.
You know what to do. I'm gonna always be.
It's simple, but it feels big because the music makes it feel like the end of the world. Fun fact, the writers are the band members themselves. 3 names on a song, so it really was their voice, not some outside factory. Now remember earlier when I teased that one band had a hit and then their name became a fight? This is that moment.
I'm gonna always be there. Sometimes if I shout.
Controversy, payoff. The story behind the split plus the name. After the big song, the group didn't stay united. Over time, there were different versions of who is the real When in Rome and who had the right to use the name. In public records and reporting, there were legal disputes around trademarks and touring under the band name. Basically, one side saying that name is ours and another side still performing under it. Some people say it's just business. Some people say it was personal. There are different angles depending on who you ask.
I know they don't sound the way I planned them to be. But if you wait around the while.
But the impact was clear. Instead of a clean reunion story and more albums, the legacy got messy. So the band name didn't grow the way the song did. That's why this tune isn't just music, it's history. And the next one, a totally different flavor. Smooth suits, sharp harmonies, and grown-up pop that should have stayed famous. This one feels like joy with style, like stepping into a clean club, nice lighting, everybody dressed up, and the band is so tight you can't help but smile. The Pasadenas dropped Tribute Right On as their debut single, tied to their 1988 debut album To Whom It May Concern, released 10th of October, 1988. The album came out on Columbia with production credits including Pete Wingfield, Phil Legg, and the group themselves. And Tribute went big, UK Tour 5, plus it traveled across Europe too. The message is love and respect, like saying thank you to the music and the people that raised you. It's feel good, but not silly. Fun fact, that debut album didn't just have one hit. 3 UK top 40 singles came out of it, which shows they had real momentum. So why do people sleep on them now? Because when people talk 80s pop, they often pick either rock bands or big synth groups, and soulful pop groups like this get left out of the headline story. This is Crate Digger Gold. Keep listening, because the next one is pure sugar, pure guitars, and a chorus that hits like a firework.
Here you go, way too fast.
This is bright pop that moves fast. It feels like riding in a friend's car, laughing too loud, and the radio is turned up so high, the speakers shake. 2 minutes in, you're already singing. The Primitives released their debut album, Lovely, in March 1988 on RCA. Their signature hit, Crash, came out in February 1988, produced by Mark Wallace and Paul Sampson, and it hit UK Chubber 5. That's a real pop moment.
Don't slow down, you're gonna crash. You don't know what's been going down.
What's the song about? It's basically a fun, romantic rush, like your feelings are moving too fast and you kind of like it. Fun fact, years later, Crash got a second life when it showed up in the Dumb and Dumber soundtrack as a remix, which introduced it to people who weren't even alive in 1988. So why is it underrated?
Shut your mouth, 'cause I'm not listening anyhow.
Because they sit in that space between indie and pop, and history sometimes doesn't know where to place bands like that. But the song is undeniable. Real heads keep this one like a secret key. And the next tune, same year, but way more dramatic, like pop with a spotlight and a secret. This one feels like confidence you have to practice, like you're scared inside, but you step out anyway and act brave. The beat is slick, the sound is expensive, and the vocals have that movie star shine. Eighth Wonder released I'm Not Scared in February 1988 on CBS, recorded at PWL Studios in London. Here's the wild part. It was written by the Pet Shop Boys, Neil Tennant and Chris Lowe, and it was also produced with them involved. The song became a top 10 hit in several countries, including the UK. The lyrics are basically a brave face in a relationship. I can handle it, I'm okay. It's that classic pop trick, sad feelings dressed in shiny clothes. Fun fact, there's a French version connected to the release too, J'ai Pas Peur, because the original had French lines. Very stylish, very 80s Europe. So why did they fade? Because pop can be unfair. Even with a great song and big writers, you still need the long push. More hits, more promotion, more timing luck. This is Crate Digger Gold. Keep listening, because the next one is grown-up pop at its cleanest, like a suit and tie on a synth beat. This song feels like regret, but polite regret, like you're saying, I messed up and I wish I could fix it without yelling or begging. Smooth, calm, and classy. Their debut album, Turn Back the Clock, dropped 11 January 1988 on Virgin Records, recorded at Rack Studios in London. Producers included Calvin Hayes, Mike Nocito, and Phil Thornalley. Here's the big fact. The album hit number 1 on the UK albums chart. That's not small. This was real mainstream success. The lyrics matched the title, wishing you could rewind time and undo the damage. Everybody has felt that. Fun fact, the title track had Kim Wilde on backing vocals. That's like having extra star power tucked into the mix. So why are they underrated now? Because when people sum up the 80s, they talk about the loud stuff first. But sophisticated pop like this can get ignored even when it was massive. Lying here in silence. Real heads keep this one like a secret key. And the next one, a slow dance classic, the kind of song that made people hold each other close.
When I am leaving, so raise your
This song is soft and serious. It feels like the last song at a school dance when the lights get low and everybody suddenly acts shy. It's love, but with a lump in your throat. Breathe, recorded, Hands to Heaven for their debut album, All That Jazz. It was produced by Bob Sargent, released in the UK through Siren I&M, and it became their big breakthrough, peaking UK number 4 and reaching number 2 on the US Billboard Hot 100. That's global pop power. Lyrically, it's about love and the fear of losing it. Not fancy, just real. The kind of song you play when you don't have the words yourself.
words of love so softly.
Fun fact, in the US, it spent 2 weeks at number 2, blocked from the top spot by another huge hit at the time. So it was right there, almost the biggest song in the country. So why is it forgotten today? Because slow pop songs often get trapped in their time.
My sadness tonight, I need your sweet caress.
People remember the feeling, but they don't always remember the band name. This is Crate Digger Gold. Now stay with me because number 1 is the biggest "How Did They Not Last Longer" story on this whole list.
Quick break. If you love music stories like this, check out our sponsor, The Lore Store on Amazon. It's like a special music collection with books, vinyl, gear, and culture picks for rock, pop, hip-hop, R&B, Afro music, and reggae. What I like is that it's not random stuff. Everything is picked on purpose, and there are some real hidden gems in there. And just so you know, when a good item sells out, it may not come back. The link is in the description, and if you shop through it, you're also supporting this channel.
To be worth it, yeah.
This one feels like sunshine, like you're walking down the street and everything looks nicer than usual. It's light, it's sweet, and it has that hook that sticks to your brain like candy.
Much too eager to give their love away.
Fairground Attraction released Perfect as their debut single on 21st March 1988 through RCA. It was written by Mark E. Nevin and produced by the band with Kevin Maloney. And the big headline, it hit number 1 in the UK in May 1988.
Get it right. It's got to be.
That's the dream. First single, straight to the top. The lyrics are basically the feeling of being caught up in love when you're smiling even when nothing special is happening. It's not deep on purpose. It's happy on purpose.
Be perfect. It's
Fun fact, Perfect went on to win British Single of the Year at the Brighty Awards for the following year. That's how serious the impact was.
they make such mistakes. They're my
So why are they underrated? Because the success was fast and the band's run was short compared to how big the song became. People remember Perfect, but they don't always remember Fairground Attraction as a group. But if you know, you know. Real heads, keep this one like a secret key.